I totally started the episode back there. I totally remember to restart the episode. I'm pretty sure I've hit the button. It must not have been hitting it fucking hard enough for the computer to recognise or some shit. But I just got down to the cave. I killed everything in my path, and we're at the cave now. Oh, you only missed like two or three fucking idlers getting their ass kicked.
Shh.
Oh god, I know what that is. That's the Kraken down there. Tear of Wanderer. Columns of water rise up from the pool in front of you, shifting and writhing, whipping air around them in a vortex. This can only be Ondra's hair, appearing before you at a fraction of the size typically reported by mariners unfortunate enough to encounter them in high seas.
You have done well to have come so far. I confess I was not certain you would make it, but I do not wish to give false hope. The greater challenge remains in front of you.
I didn't expect it to be easy either.
Running through the core of this rock is a large growth of crystal. You will know it when you see it. A blow to the crystal would reverberate through the walls of this place. Strike it enough and the entire structure would crumble. The eyeless would be buried. Of course, it would take a person years to cause enough damage.
But not with the help of the eyeless.
Then you know what must be done. Strike the crystal with Obidon's hammer. The eyeless will wake and come to its call. Join in striking the crystal. They will cluster together and bury themselves. I have realized it is best that they should be ended, for within each of them is a small piece of Obidon himself. Upon their deaths, those fragments and the memories they contain will be safely dispersed. I had not considered the dangers of allowing them to persist until a watcher appeared at my abbey.
What aren't you telling me? Yeah, so what aren't you telling me?
A single strike upon the crystal will not be enough. The eyeless respond only as long as the hammer rings. You will need to remain until their work is complete, wielding the hammer until the walls come crumbling down.
What? But that would mean...
Oh. If the eyes won't stop until I'm dead, I may as well return the favour. That's going to be the funniest line of the lot, so I'll go with it.
It is a difficult thing to accept that one's dying day has already been marked. It is good that you have no illusions about your own. The eyeless cannot be reasoned with or fled from. One day not far from now, they would kill you and level the Deerwood.
I wonder if that counts as passionate.
You have seen what they will do. This is the way you can stop them. And the truth is that you are marked by the eyeless for a reason. It would be better for all if the things you have seen were forgotten.
A tidy ending for the Sea Queen. But we'll write our own, right?
Crushing's a bad way to go. Maybe we should just hang ourselves.
The pool settles, looking down until you see only the faces of you and your companions, alone and condemned. Don't worry, Canna, we're getting out. Right, where is it? Passionate still at 2. Come on, I need more passionate for my... Oh, hi, Alice Hammer.
Waves out the Archeoly.
Why is it? Yeah, he's not really getting a chance to hit because there's so many interrupt attacks going in on him. So as long as we can keep it to one eyeless at a time,
Let's see
we
what
should be
lies
fine.
this way.
There's just so many interrupt attacks going in, and that's just with normal attacks, so no special magic or fucking whatever from Durance or Alof. Again! What eyes at Canna you're going for? Of all things. You just have to go for Canna, don't you? Anyway, so you attack with that. Itomak, attack that. Alof. Can you cast Slicking over there, please? See if you can knock these two in their asses. No, come over here. As far as you can. Now. Cast that. Right, now, good. Blind them. Durance, come on. I can't cast in the middle of there, okay. Can't do that, so just you attack. See, Cannon again is getting the fucking brunt of the fucking beating here. I am just shattering their eyelids.
Let's get a good shot at this.
There's no upgrades to it.
Let's go!
Get yourself up, kinda. We're hunting shitheads. Holy crap, look at this. Will they come alive and start attacking us? Dive in myself. Right, this is either going to be a con check or an athletics check. Now there's got the best athletics and con out of a lot of us, so let's see. What have we got to do? Can we give you a meal that raises con? Dexterity and perception. Perception. Fucking craft. Food. Intellect, perception, constitution. Darkest red tie cookies. If we can find them, good. Pearlwood chicken. Right, if we've got darkest red tie cookies. Oh, we do. Right, Adair.
Hey.
Dive towards shimmering light. Okay. Swim to the surface. Oh crap, up there now. Get down this way. Engage that one, engage that one. Right. I'm off. Help out there. Sagani, help out your friend. And Durance, just cover us all in trail. Right, I'm off. Blind these fools. Now, I used to head off that broodmother. And then I get the broodmother as well. Everybody get their broodmother. Wasn't so bad. What did I get before that? No idea. Oh, boots. Not particularly caring about them, but okay.
I'm on the trail.
Oh, I did got wrenched knee and twisted ankle.
Let's go!
She's only got 4 kills with that thing so far. Definitely before we face the Kraken, we're going to be fucking getting a rest up for Edea. I'm pretty sure that's how you get down to it.
There it is. A few swings and this is all over.
Don't be so dramatic. The stealth is the Lotus is a Gani. Right. So if we come out the side here and take out these 2 tentacles, then run up to here.
I would have a word with the salty wench.
Let's go! That's it!
So, Edea, you have a special ability you can use right now. I have a special ability I'm going to use. I'm saving that for the cracky, but we'll use that now.
You can
Yes?
Okay, let's get some Ogies in here. Won't bother that, we'll let them build up some chance and we'll get that done. Well, let's save their abilities for the fucking Kraken itself.
Got it. Let's go!
Right. Right, okay, Alof. Can you knock this prone? Put that there. Apparently you can knock it prone. Sagani! Wind and shot this fucker. Itomak, oh I forgot, you have a knockdown on it. Knock this fucker down. Everyone in the front lines just attack. Right. Yeah, create a shell for them. It's hard to do this when you can't see. It's not immune to blind, so we'll try and blind it. Oh dear. Go confront. Go confront. Oh god, Kana!
That's
not even going. That's not
Sagani, you should be helping out Itomak.
Yes.
Adele, have you got any abilities left? Have I got any abilities left? No, I'm better off healing Cannon.
into the fray!
Heal yourself, Adele.
Into the fray!
Don't you have a revive animal companion ability? No. You should do. Now get back there and beat the shit out of these guys, and you make some more ogres run. Victory music! Kinda pissy that they brought in a couple of eyeless there at the end, but whatever. They still got their arse beat down, so
Following your lead.
heal yourself up, kinda.
Yeah?
Right. Quick save. See, this is about the Coal Eater, right. When the Devil of Carrock arrived in Black Hills of Abbott, it was not difficult to locate the great monster. From miles away, anyone with good eyes could note its passage simply by seeing the wake of the destruction it left everywhere it walked. Walking upright on two legs, its skin was black as the coal it was devouring, constantly shedding enormous amounts of dark earth. Though the miners originally had no idea what had woken the creature, Devil of Carrock learned that the mine where the creature had emerged had tunnelled into a subterranean ruins of his ancient pre-Abbott civilization. An Amauer scholar from Abbott assisted Devil Carrock in delving the depths of the ruins and translating the descriptions that portrayed the Titan walking path in ages past. By ringing a series of bells around the city's ruins, Devil Carrock called the beast back to where it had emerged from. Unfortunately, its return caused the collapse of most of the remaining ruins. Even so, the scholars of Abbott were pleased at its discovery. The mayors of the area, though, were not happy to go back to work. Where at least relieved that the Great Coal Eater was no longer a threat, and I got Blighted Coals. Once per rest, I can summon a Magma Blight. Well, better than nothing. Right, so now can I save? Without anything else coming up. Let's go and ring the hammer. Ah, I paused. An enormous crystal juts from the wall like a spearhead protruding from a wound. An army of reflections stare back at you from the crystal's perfect facets. That's a bit close. It echoes the sound of your footsteps in soft ringing hums. Someone will have to take up Abdon's hammer and strike the crystal, and Ondra warned that whoever does so will bury the place with eyeless. Let's see. What I always say is, if you have to make a sacrifice, the person talking about sacrifice should do it. So, yourself.
You have led us bravely. It has been an honor to follow your lead.
The gods really have it in for you. Your next life, they owe you something fancy.
As long as I live, Masuk will sing your name alongside Persok's.
Everyone will know what you've done for us. I'll tell everyone I know. Not even the Sea Queen herself could stop me.
Straight into the fire, then. Your chances aren't favorable, but at least you've learned to embrace the test. I told you I'd be good for you.
Fucking endurance. You take the diving helmet and tuck it away just in case. I took the fucking helmet. You heft the hammer and swing at the crystal. A perfect clear tone rings through the air and resonates through your teeth. Seconds later, ripples shiver through the water. Something big is coming. You give the others a final nod. The rest of the party scrambles out the flooded cavern and flees the tunnels. You continue hammering at the crystal, each strike magnifying the last. Echoes build in physical tremors. Meanwhile, a heavier rhythm pulses through the cave, footsteps, dozens of them. The others round a corner only to see a line of eyeless advancing. The creatures stagger to the rhythm of the hammer thuds below, yet they crane their necks towards the party, ratcheting back to their piston arms. Mirrored image? Repulse and seal? No, we'll repulse and seal them. Consider we'll cast it. Durance. Glowing seal blossoms on the ground. The first two Eyeless step onto it and fall backwards, taking most others with them. Dodge past Eyeless. The party sprints past the distracted monsters. Fortunately, the creatures too focused on the hammer to give chase to continue towards the cavern. You maintain a steady tempo on the crystal. Eyeless gather in the cavern where they batter the walls in time with the hammer's rhythmic blows. The ground shakes, falling rocks and shattered crystals splash the ground. The party flees through the dark, rumbling corridors. More spellbound Eyeless shamble along, but they're too entranced by the swelling cadence to take more than an idle swipe at the party. The tunnel's narrow, light filters through ahead, the X must be near next bend. But it's clogged with rubble. Meanwhile, the ground drops several feet at once, and the tunnel begins rolling its axis. Leave the rubble of a pry bar. There must be a weak spot, but it'll take a practice eye to find it. Who's got the best perception? Sagani. Canna? Mechanics, right. Eyeless prepare your pour into the cavern from every visible tunnel and crevice. Your ears ring the ever-growing cacophony of smashing rock and shattering crystal. Meanwhile, the water level is rising. A skull-splitting crack rends the air, and a surge of water knocks you from your feet. The entire cavern rotates, plunging you into a freezing soup of jagged metal, torn flesh and stone. The others dash across the lake. The ice squeals and crackles, rocking dangerously underfoot. The ice-thinking moon groans. Long fissures race across the ice. Blessed was Wengriff, quick as a stride. Chant blessed was Wengriff, quick as a stride. Yeah. Canna, bless. The words fill the party with vigour. Everyone speeds ahead while the ice cracks harmlessly behind them. Fuck you all! Just run like fucking. At last, everyone reaches the safety of the shore. In the middle of the lake, only a tip of the moon is still visible above the ice. The survivors watch in silence as it sinks to the depths. You trudge through the rubble at the lake bottom. The water's freezing. The air in the diving helmet's acrid, and the sounds of your own breathing roars in your ears. Still, it's better than drowning. You navigate out the settling rubble and see the ghostly light of the surface above. At last, you reach the shallows. You punch through a thin crust of ice and crawl ashore, trembling but alive. So everyone makes it out. Good. I'm glad I didn't have Canna to stay behind. He was the most useful one there, getting everybody out. Endurance was good as well. You stand at the edge of the lake. The bobbing of the ice and rippling of the water surface slows until you're looking at a moment frozen in time. The world begins moving once more in reverse. Oh dear. The surface of the water churns and roils like it's about to spew something up. And it does. The fragment of Ione Braffer rises, unbroken. Ice reforms along the surface of the lake, spreading in long freezing fingers. Eyeless file out the moon fragment on ice, the wind around the moon ever widening spiral. They stop at the head as the head of the line reaches you. They speak in a single voice that resonates with grinding metal and hissing steam.
We shatter and sink, discarded like worn tools. Why have you consigned us to oblivion?
You would have killed many innocent people.
We do not cherish violence, but we will fight to defend the legacies of this world. In one hand a hammer, in the other a mace. We protect the greatest works of civilization, lest it collapse beneath its own weight.
Then why did you storm Durgan's Battery 200 years ago?
We would sooner sacrifice our own bodies than dislodge a single stone from such a place. Why do you torment us with baseless accusations?
You know, who else could have done such damage to a mighty Bagroon fortress? Tell that to the Bagroon you killed? You were changed from a preserver to a destroyer.
Then we were betrayed.
No, you adapted to serve a new purpose. You're transformed against your will. That depends on how you look at it. Do I want to say you're betrayed? Yeah, you were transformed against your will. That is technically what happened.
And we were made to betray something we cherish.
The legacy of the Griffins, you mean?
The bedrock of civilization.
Suddenly attack the ice beneath them, slicing and shattering it with mighty swingings from their iron arms, and where the ice breaks, ancient towers rise, blotting out this blue sky and white peaks. Ondra wanted Egwithin civilization forgotten.
Better for her tides to ebb and her seas to dry up than to cover a single stone the Ingwithins laid.
The ice shakes with fury of the eyeless.
Each culture builds on the bones of the last. Yet many only look up at where they would go, never down at the foundations that bear them. Like a mason who builds a listing tower. What peril do they inflict on their progeny? And what dishonor on their forebears?
You hear the strain of crumbling stone in the voice of Eyeless.
An argument I've had with the Lore College. Now I have divine counsel in my favor, and I can hardly present it as evidence. How frustrating. The perception of the betrayal of memory upsets you greatly.
It is accepting a gift only to spit in the face of the giver. Every advance in the crafts and institutions of Kith was forged by skill and sacrifice.
You feel these words and the anger behind them in your bones.
A people cut off from their history will wither, and they deserve no less.
No, they'll be free to choose their own path.
A path that leads in circles. That is why we must return to ourself and restore Abidan.
You speak as if history was a guide, yet it doesn't always provide a good example.
Then do not look to it for one. History is not a moral force, but a set of facts. These facts show Kith where they have come from, and how to move forward.
The Pagroon were obsessed with the past, and they died and they keep the belt to honour it.
And their brethren have built a culture that stretches across Eora, all because they recognize the importance of their shared legacy.
Yet the Pagroon of Durgan's Battery might have built more if they surrendered this obsession with the legacy and moved east.
To what exactly? A war with the peoples there? A deadly blight or crippling disease? The future you would have given them is uncertain. Yet it would have bequeathed Kith nothing so great as Durgan's steel.
The Dyrwoodins and Glanfathans have fought for 2 wars over their history and they still haven't moved forward.
But the memory of those wars has likely saved them from another now, when it would shatter a barren Dyrwood.
Now you point to hypothetical future to make your point. Yeah, now you're doing that, but whatever, that's not saying much. Better if the two nations could form a stronger accord.
And how are such ties forged but through years of peace? You speak of a worthy goal, but only a steadily built history can achieve it.
Stalwart and Iron Flail remain at odds even in the face of a bigger threat, all because of their history.
The problem is not that they remember too much of their history, but rather too little. Raidserans and Deerwoodens alike began as pioneers from Adir. They all came seeking opportunity. Were they to look farther back, they would see their common origins and desires.
Yeah, but people just remember what feels immediate and personal, just as you remember your own betrayal.
A painful truth. Maybe so. But we would not cast history aside over one such example.
Said my piece.
And we have listened.
Right. Okay, perhaps Abaddon was meant to forget his past. Some knowledge is too dangerous.
A facile argument. One that defends stasis, not progress.
I love you a part of the Len Key. Yeah, well, we do know that actually. Kef shouldn't have anything as powerful as a White Forge. Ondra said Abaddon's memory would have threatened the peace between the gods.
Just as fire clears dead wood from a forest, struggle makes way for new developments. Conflict is part of progress. Peace and ignorance is not worth keeping.
Animancy's made no progress yet. It's responsible for White's Bale Reach incident and the swindle of desperate families.
And what great achievement has not begun with failure? Would you condemn the world to stagnation simply to avoid it?
That depends on the price of failure. Animancy has cost too much and achieved too little to justify itself, or I feel Animancy's success is more than its failure. Now, I fear Animancy's success more than failure. A people with mastery of their own souls would leave nothing to chance. That's true stagnation. No, we'll go for the first one.
That is a judgment that can only be made in hindsight. The timeline of mortals is inadequate to the task.
Kef shouldn't have anything as powerful as the White Forge.
Yet your hand kindled its fires.
That nearly ended the destruction of Durgan's battery and the death of thousands.
A fluke, but a costly one. Still, you point to an exception.
Did I get a point in there? Alof, you were part of Leaden Key.
I thought I did. But who would hold the Leaden Key accountable?
We cannot defend the intentions of a group that kills to hide secrets.
And to what end? To defend the gods? Or themselves? More and more these days, I wonder.
And we have listened.
Okay, and memory is a burden. Even the events and people recall, and the people that it calls are long gone. It's a pain with no purpose.
Burdens strengthen the bearer, and they warn against repeated mistakes. Why would you discard them so hastily?
I'm awakened. I'm tormented by questions from a past life.
A rare opportunity, but you have the chance to answer them, to do things left undone.
Sometimes moving on is the way to move forward.
That presumes that some questions cannot be resolved. Yet such destructive memories are rare. Surely others are strengthened by retrospection, even amidst pain. And we have listened.
Okay, so enough. You must not restore Abaddon's memory or his dominion over preservation.
This is the purpose we were made for. We will not be thwarted again.
I'm not going to kill him. Very well, return to yourself and be the god of preservation once more.
We shall see this world and its people restored.
So obviously I didn't do enough to get them to not restore his memory, but whatever, that's not a big deal. I was just wondering if I could do it. Suddenly it ends and you're standing in the snow looking over Cair and Scar.
The Eyeless disappeared beneath the lake, their bond to Andra finally severed. With this threat ended, hope returned to the White March. Hunters returned to the wildernesses, and travelers to the roads. Tales of the Watcher's bravery replaced stories of monsters in the woods. The villagers of Stalwart busied their hands with work and their tongues with song, eager to seize on the promise of peace.
So, frighten vessels were hit by it. Knock things prone when you crit. And it's mythic now, plus 18 accuracy and plus 65 damage. Holy shit. That must be a... alright, okay. What's that? Oh, on Bright Shine. So we'll return to the Stalwart Village and then I'll end the episode, and then next episode we'll probably go do the fucking defend the castle. Yay! Because as far as I know, all events I could do to get somewhere on my side are done. So I can just go defend my castle and become the true master of Cadnua. Can's get his ass knocked out too frequently.
Sure.
Right, there's nothing for arriving here, so okay.